This is Desm 101. Thanks for tuning in. Today it's another pickups video real quick and some general updates. So I've been pretty crazy hectic busy, but I do have another video in the works on the 3DO and Sega CD coming up in the next week or two. But for now, let's check out some games that I've found both in local stores and through some online shopping. So the first one is another NES game, which I haven't bought for a while. Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest. Not the best game from the series, but I had to get it because I already have Castlevania 1 and Castlevania 3. And the next few are some 3DO games, starting with Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. This is a really good version of the game. It's pretty arcade close with some updated music that's really good. And I would say that this is one of the best games to get on the 3DO. Next one is a first-person shooter on the 3DO, Killing Time. It's got kind of a creepy theme to it. You're like in this weird house occupied by spirits and stuff. It's pretty good so far. It's not as complex in the level layout as Doom is, but it is more like Wolfenstein 3D. Still, it's pretty fun so far from what I've played a couple hours in. The next one isn't such a great game. I found a loose copy at a local store, which I was pretty surprised. I don't really see a lot of 3DO games in the wild lately. But this is a fighting game by Naughty Dog. And by the way, I do make the inserts. I just buy these generic DVD cases, a box of empty ones, and I print out the labels just in a cheap draft print so that I can display them on the shelf because I don't mind how it looks. I'm not super OCD about my game cases. The next one's pretty interesting. It's a sampler CD that I hadn't seen before or heard of. And this one comes with a few demos, demo games, and some other interesting things. It comes with a mini episode of Batman the Animated Series. And the most notable thing about this game, or this disc I should say, is that you can use a file manager on it for your memory on the 3DO, which you can't do natively on the system by itself. You need to have some kind of software from a CD that'll do it for you. The next one is Space Hulk. I ordered a loose copy online and printed out this case for it. Pretty tough game. It's actually in the 3DO right now. I can't really get very far in the main game, but it's got a lot of strategic elements to it. Very tough. The next one, the next couple games are actually backup games that I ordered from Etsy. I know that's kind of a controversial topic, but they're for games that are pretty rare, or mostly I just got this one, the Eye of Typhoon. And this is a Korean game that came out for the 3DO. Was never released here, but it's actually a pretty good fighting game. Kind of reminiscent of Samurai Showdown, or one of those kind of SNK Neo Geo fighters. It's pretty good actually. It's not bad, but it's very rare and nearly impossible to find. So, and then the seller just gave me a couple extra backup discs, and that's a backup copy of Casper, and then a backup copy of Sailor Moon on the 3DO. It's a one-on-one fighting game. Not a huge fan of the Sailor Moon series. I do like anime, just not this particular series. But it's an okay fighting game. Interesting one to throw in for free. And I do end up marking any titles as backups when I get them so that they're not resold on a secondary market as a fake, as trying to be a real game. Alright, the next one is a Dreamcast game. I got a loose copy of House of the Dead 2. Printed out this nice reproduction label for DVD box. I think it looks pretty good. And I'm a big fan of the House of Dead series. I got the first one on Saturn, and 3 and 4 I have downloaded on the PS3. Still need to get that other one. It's kind of like retro themed. I don't remember what it's called. Next one is Xbox 360 game, Sonic Generations. Got that for pretty cheap. It's complete with the manual and everything. I'm enjoying that. It's one of the better Sonic games that I've played in the more recent parts of the series. The next ones are Xbox games. First one is Sega Gt 2002. Kind of like Sega's version of Gran Turismo, more of a racing simulator kind of game. And it also has Jet Set Radio Future, a sequel to Jet Set Radio on the Dreamcast. Pretty good game. It's a pretty good deal for both of them. And the last one is Mech Assault 2 Lone Wolf, which is a pretty fun mech game. And I've really been enjoying what I've played so far. I'm only like an hour or so in, but it's a really easy to pick up and play kind of game. Has a fun mech theme to it. And I bought the other one, the Mech Assault Part 1, but it's not compatible with Xbox 360, and I don't have a regular Xbox, so I was like, you know what, I'll just get this one. I got it for like $6, and it's pretty good. So that's gonna wrap it up for today, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I hope you have a good one.